Welcome to a brand new episode of Wrestling with Siblings. I'm your host, Araceli, and this is my co-host, Armando.
Hi guys, I'm Armando, and welcome to Wrestling with Siblings.
Let's get started with Smackdown Live. The man, Becky Lynch, opens up the show. It's becoming a habit where the women open up the show and they are competing very, very early on in the match. Unfortunately, in this Smackdown, we didn't get a women's match, but we did get to see the man herself, Becky Lynch, who we already know punched her ticket to WrestleMania.
Yeah, and already knowing who she was going to face at WrestleMania, which is Ronda Rousey.
Yes, and she goes on to say that a lot has happened in Phoenix, Arizona. One of the difference between her and Ronda is that she doesn't crumble when she loses. And, well, I guess she is correct because what she's referring to is the UFC matches that Ronda Rousey lost.
Yeah, which brought her career down in the UFC. But keep in mind that Ronda hasn't lost in the WWE.
Yeah. No, you're right on that, and she goes on to say that she's proud of coming from nothing to going from the pre-show to the main event of WrestleMania, which is, she's right. I mean, she's not wrong. She has worked to be to where she is today, and they have completely nailed it with her character. They've been killing it so far, and it's going to be interesting to see how this storyline plays out.
And obviously who decides to come out was Charlotte.
Yes, and Charlotte comes out and she says, "Oh yeah, I'm very happy that you won the Royal Rumble and you punched your ticket to WrestleMania," but she was actually being sarcastic. She wasn't really happy for her, and yeah, a lot of people would say it was jealousy, but I just think it was a matter of, she got screwed over at the Rumble because she definitely wasn't expecting Becky Lynch to come out and just win the entire thing. We do know Charlotte entered at number 13, I believe is what it was, and then she lasted the entire time, and that was my pick, and I believe she would have won if Becky didn't enter the Women's Royal Rumble.
No doubt about it that if Becky, like you said, wouldn't have been part of the Rumble, Charlotte would have been the winner, clearly. And I think it's not jealousy, but it's just trying to say that Charlotte to Becky, that obviously that she was better, and if it wasn't for her, then probably Charlotte would have been main eventing.
Exactly, and she told her that because of her, she is in the position that she is today, and that is why she went from being out of the kickoff show to being the main event. And that is something that Becky didn't like, and she decides to punch her, and then they start brawling. Very, very interesting, as I told you guys on previous episodes, since possibly TLC or even before TLC, I told you guys it was going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. I completely still believe that, especially after what I saw tonight on Smackdown Live.
Yeah, definitely, and what makes sense is that Charlotte is going to sneak her way into that match.
She is. One way or another, it's going to happen. It only makes sense.
And this feud is too hot to let pass. I don't think if it's going to be good 2 years or a year down the road.
Exactly, and this is the perfect opportunity, not only because you have three of the best female competitors in the WWE or possibly in the world, but it's right now, Becky Lynch is flaming hot. She is the hottest thing out there currently as of right now. Ronda Rousey, we knew the crowd was behind her. Yes, they were not behind her last night on Raw, but they have been behind her ever since she debuted. And Charlotte, the crowd goes from liking her to disliking her, but at the end of the day, they enjoy her matches because that's what she does. She delivers and she gives you great matches.
Yeah, like you said, and that mixed reaction comes with the way she performs in the ring.
And exactly, and if you're getting a reaction, you're obviously doing something right. And I feel like this is the right way to move forward with this match, the triple threat. And I understand sometimes they're going to be like, no, it's better to just leave it at Becky and at Ronda. Trust me. Feud-wise, yes. In-ring-wise, I don't believe that. I think this match very well needs Charlotte. And it's a feud that runs full circle. Ronda hates both Becky and Charlotte hates Becky and Ronda, and Becky hates both these women, so it works out perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's a clash of egos between all three of them because they all want to be the baddest woman in the WWE, if not in the planet, and what better way to prove themselves at, like you said, at WrestleMania, at a triple threat match?
Yes, I firmly believe that. But moving on into the very first match of the night, which was Shinsuke Nakamura versus R-Truth for the United States Championship. The moment this match was announced, I pretty much could already tell you one thing. One, if R-Truth gets a title opportunity, that more than likely means he's going to get it. And two, he was going to steal it, but it all came down to the ref in this match.
Me, personally, I didn't think R-Truth was going to win just because of what happened in the Rumble. He pretty much always gets screwed over, or they come up with some way to, like you said, screw him over.
Yeah.
So I didn't think he was going to win. But, surprisingly, he ended up stealing the match and winning, but also with a little bit of help with the ref.
Exactly. So what happened is both men were pretty much in a roll-up, and Shinsuke's shoulders were down, and so the ref goes to counting 1, 2, and the moment he hit 3, they kicked out. And I feel like that wasn't supposed to happen because everybody was just kind of in shock to the moment where R-Truth and Shinsuke still continued to fight because they didn't know what had just happened. They kicked out. But at this point, R-Truth had already won the United States Championship.
Yeah, so to follow back on that, he had already kicked out right before the ref hit the 3 count, but he still counted it as a 3 count.
Yeah, or he kicked out right at the 3 count, right, like as soon as they hit the mat. But turns out it was controversial because nobody knew what was going on. And hey, R-Truth is finally champion. He is gonna carry the United States Championship with pride, and we're gonna know it's gonna be a very fun feud. I can tell you that, and a very fun title reign because he's fun. He's a lot of fun.
I'm interested to see how he's gonna bring, what he's gonna bring to the United States Championship, which I feel it really hasn't gotten put over in Smackdown.
Yeah, because the champion was Shinsuke Nakamura, and he only showed up maybe like 3 times. But I am very, very happy that they're keeping Carmella and R-Truth together because this duo works. I don't know why, but it works, and it works in a fantastic way.
It's the chemistry that they have. You can tell that they're out there having fun all the time, that they're out in the ring.
And that always plays a huge factor, and we can definitely see that, and it projects to the audience. But Rusev then comes out and he says that he took the U.S. Championship from Shinsuke Nakamura because it deserved better. So therefore, he wanted to challenge R-Truth for the championship. And R-Truth was smart at first. He was like, nah, because he knew what was at stake. He knew he could potentially lose it to Rusev. But what set off R-Truth into accepting this match was when Carmella pushed Lana, and then Rusev just kind of gets all up on his face trying to get to Carmella, and he's like, what are you doing? And then he's like, fine, you're on. Him trying to protect Carmella, and so therefore he accepts this match. The match was pretty short because the commercial break pretty much took up the entire match.
And again, R-Truth was able to come up with the win and defending the title for the first time on Raw and winning. On SmackDown, I'm sorry.
I was like, on Raw? Wrong show, buddy. But anyways, moving on to what was supposed to be the next match of the night, and it ended up not happening. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe. I was looking forward to this match because I was like, this is going to be brilliant. It's going to work out just fine. And I do want to see, Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe clash. They're 2 different competitors.
Especially because Samoa Joe was upset that he lost at the Royal Rumble and didn't win. So he was looking to take out his anger on somebody, and he was going to do it on Rey Mysterio. But
Zelina Vega comes out and she claims that Rey is responsible for her getting pretty much banned from ringside last week on SmackDown. And so she's like, instead of you getting distracted by me, you should focus on Andrade. And sure enough, what happens? It was brilliant. The perfect plan by Zelina Vega. Andrade comes out and immediately attacks Rey Mysterio from behind.
And again, making a statement to Mysterio that Andrade is the future of SmackDown Live.
And that he's coming for everyone and everything. He wants to prove that he deserves a spot in the card at WrestleMania.
And he was very impressive at the Royal Rumble, being in the Final 4. That's very impressive.
See, Andrade has the talent. He just needed to get pushed. And I feel like right now, he is getting the proper push. And nobody better than Mysterio to help elevate his career and help put him to where he has to be for his road to WrestleMania. Sorry.
And I like the way that they're taking him in his career. Slowly
Exactly.
and eventually he'll get to the top. Hopefully they continue this way with him.
And again, I could not stress this enough. Putting him with Selena Vega was brilliant. She is the mastermind behind Andrade, and he knows, he listens to Selena, everything is going to go well. We saw that tonight on Smackdown Live. Alright, moving on to the very next segment, which was Shane McMahon and The Miz, the tag team champions. For those of you that do not know, they were able to take down the Bar to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Very, very interesting to see where they're going to decide to go with these two and how long they're going to hold the championships.
I like this tag team from the get-go, but I have my doubts because I didn't think they were going to work out, just because the Miz, with his ego and stuff like that, and how Shane didn't want to partner with them. And at the end of the day, they ended up working out perfectly and beating one of the best tag teams in SmackDown.
It's all about communication and being able to compromise, and that is something they definitely did at the Royal Rumble. But Shane comes out and he says that instead of throwing a big celebration party, he has a surprise for The Miz, something he is never going to forget. So therefore, he plays a video package of how they went from not being tag team partners to now being the tag team champions. So they show the video package, and then none other than George Mizanin, Mr. Mizanin, comes out and surprises The Miz. And he pretty much tells him, I love you and I am proud of you, which is the main purpose of this entire storyline. And it's the reason why Shane and Miz even got together.
Yeah. Miz finally got those words that he wanted to hear from his father.
Exactly. And it was, an emotional moment for both Shane and The Miz. But I'm glad he finally was able to get that. And Shane decides that they have to challenge somebody. They have to defend the tag team championships. And they will do so at the Elimination Chamber in February. Therefore, he says there will be a 4-corner fatal 4-way tag team match to decide who will become the number one contenders for the championships.
And impressive, Shane and Miz immediately going to work and want to defend their titles to prove why they are the best tag team.
But before that match starts, Mandy and Sonya Deville are seen backstage, and they say they are officially entering themselves into the Elimination Chamber match to pretty much challenge for the women's championships.
Keep in mind, in the Raw brand, the women had a match to qualify, and in SmackDown, they didn't.
Yeah, but I also feel like Raw has a bigger field that they can play with women and team up people, whereas in SmackDown, you pretty much only have the Iconics and Sonya and Mandy, and then you're gonna have to come up with another team. It's more than likely going to be Naomi and Lana. But at the same time, it's kind of like, we wanted to see some competition. Throw in some new faces. And we're going to have to see.
And we'll see how bad Lana's injury is.
Exactly. So if she really is injured, who replaces her? Because we already know Nikki Cross and Natalya are going to be the last team that is going to be facing to qualify or something.
Let us know, who do you guys want that third tag team for SmackDown to be? We know that it is going to be the Iconics, like you said, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So let us know who the third tag team
let us know.
be.
Comment below. Now moving on into the very next match, which was the Usos versus the Bar versus the New Day versus Heavy Machinery. Yes, we get to see Heavy Machinery in their SmackDown debut. I don't think they've decided which brand they're going to send them to, because they performed on Raw this week? Last week?
I believe
this
so,
week,
yeah.
last week, something like that. And now they are performing for the first time on SmackDown Live. This match, again, there's nothing you could really say about the SmackDown Tag Team division because it is on point. They have the amount of talent. They have everything that they need to make their tag team successful, and that is what they do, and they prove it each and every single time that they send a tag team out.
I think Heavy Machinery would be a great addition to the Raw Tag Team division.
Yes, I would definitely send them over there. I feel like Raw would benefit a lot more having Heavy Machinery there than SmackDown. We already know they have their powerhouses, which is Sanity. By the way, where even is Sanity?
Yeah, ever since they debuted it, it's been on and off, and we haven't seen them.
I think they've had maybe 2 matches, and then that's it. But moving on into this match, there was a moment where we had Otis and Big E just kind of stare off and face off. Power versus power, muscle versus muscle, absolutely incredible.
Pretty much a clash of tanks, if you want to call it that way.
Tanks.
You know, but
yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess if that's something that you guys want to use to describe it, you can. I mean, it makes sense to me. But I want to get into heavy machinery really, really quickly because those two guys, I believe they said, are 650 pounds combined. They can do incredible things in the ring for equaling that much.
Yeah, for their size, it's just super impressive.
Exactly.
And I mean, have you seen Otis when he does I believe they call it the caterpillar?
Yeah, the caterpillar.
Which in reality is the worm.
Mm-hmm.
That's very impressive for a guy to move that size.
That definitely is impressive, and I'm looking forward to see what else they're going to decide to do with them. We did see they unfortunately came out short in this match. They were unable to win.
The heavy machinery eliminated the New Day.
And I believe the Bar eliminated heavy machinery, therefore making it the Usos versus the Bar, which we've seen them clash so many different times on so many different occasions.
And like we say, they never disappoint. But what I like about the Usos, like I said before, is that they know how to survive. They know how to win a match, and they're there at the key moment to win.
Exactly. I 100% agree with that. But also keep in mind, in this match, the Bar was not only more aggressive, obviously, because they lost the Tag Team Championships, but I also noticed they were making their own opportunities. Every single chance they got, they were creating an opportunity, and that just got them a step closer, but unfortunately they came out short to the Usos. And, you know, I'm looking forward to see what they decide to do with heavy machinery, because that's going to be absolutely incredible.
I'm excited for that team and what's in store for them.
Yep. And so I definitely want to see what's next for the Usos versus Shane and Miz. I know for a fact it's going to be one hell of a feud, only because of the amount of talent that you have. And all four of these guys are excellent on the mic. So you can definitely expect something.
A good feud and a good match. And we'll probably see a lot of high-flying action in the ring.
Alright, let's get into, I guess, the main event, which was Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion. For those of you who do not know, he did retain at the Royal Rumble. And this was very, very weird because, you know, he starts cutting a promo and then he says he's going to be the champion of the planet, and he goes on, you know, about his planetary stuff. And then he introduces Rowan, who was formerly known as Eric Rowan, and he pretty much says he's his alliance and that he's the only person that understands him in this scenario. And then he decides to throw away the WWE Championship and bring out his own championship. I will see if I can insert a picture of it right here. But that championship is just... This was my face expression when they showed it. I don't like the way it looks.
Me neither. I don't think it's right.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like it, but at the same time, it's something new, it's something different, it's something fresh, which is something that the WWE Universe has been asking for over the last, few months. But I was not expecting a new championship, let alone having it look that way.
It almost looks like if it was fake, like if it was a toy, like made out of plastic or something.
Yeah, it's just, it has a very weird look to it. Maybe it's just because it's new. Maybe as time goes on, we'll get used to it. It's going to be very interesting, though, to see if it's just going to be for Bryan's feud and if they're going to reveal a new championship moving forward, you know, when somebody finally decides to beat Daniel Bryan for the championship, or if they're just really going to keep it, but it would make no sense to keep it for any other competitor.
Let us know what you guys think of the title. Do you guys like it?
Do you not? Let us know, because that's how I feel about it. What do you think? You just think it's, I don't know, it just has like an odd feel to it.
I don't like it. Like I said, it's weird and it kind of has like that toyish, like you can't take it serious.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see where they decide to go with that. But then AJ Styles comes out as soon as the championship was revealed. He comes out, and the first thing I thought was like, okay, he is gonna defend the honor of the WWE Championship, which was named Daisy by Daniel Bryan. I don't know why, but that's just what he decided to name it. And then Randy Orton comes out, Mustafa Ali, Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe comes out spitting out bars. He was ready. He was pissed off. He takes a shot at everybody.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around. Like I said, he wants to throw hands and he wants to get his revenge because he didn't win the Royal Rumble.
And not only that, he is mad because he wants to be champion. He's so eager, so passionate to get his hands on the WWE Championship. And he knows right now is the time to step up or you miss out on WrestleMania.
Yeah, everybody needs to step up. And, I mean, R-Truth already did by winning the U.S. title.
He did. So he has pretty much punched his ticket to WrestleMania unless somebody beats him in, like, the next 2 months. I hope they don't, though. I want to see him walk into Mania as champion.
What Joe is doing to everybody pretty much led to a brawl in the middle of the ring, which Daniel Bryan didn't want no part of it. And he ended up saying that he wasn't going to face nobody for the title. And the boss, Triple H, comes out on the Titron, interrupts him and says, "You're not going to face any of these men. You're going to face all of them in the Elimination Chamber for the title."
And keep in mind, these guys are AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, and Mustafa Ali. Did I say Mustafa already? I don't remember. But Mustafa Ali is also part of this match, and they're all challenging Daniel Bryan for the new WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. Let's make an early prediction. Who do you think is walking out of the Chamber champion?
I gotta say, probably Daniel Bryan. Now that he's got Rowan on his side.
I can potentially see that. But now the question is, since we all know Seth Rollins picked the Beast, Brock Lesnar, who faces Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania is still the question. And it's still up in the air. I told Armando who I would put him up against. But I guess if he does retain at the Elimination Chamber, they would have to save it for Fastlane. I don't know. I'll let you guys know possibly like next week or the week after who I think is going to challenge Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. It's too soon to tell you guys.
Pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting. Is there anything else you want to add?
No. It's just that the lineup for this match, it is stacked and we'll see who wins.
We'll definitely see.
Should be a good match just because all the Elimination Chamber matches are always good.
100% agree with that. Alright, that's all we have for you guys on this episode of Wrestling with Siblings. I'm Araceli. This is Armando.
And thank you guys so much.
And remember that we are now on iTunes. We are now on Spotify. I will leave the links to those. If you leave a review, you could potentially win a prize that nobody has seen just yet. And also, you can get a shout out on our newest video. Also, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and become a sibling today. And for those of you guys who do not know what WWS stands for, Armando, can you tell them what WWS stands for?
Wrestling with Siblings. Thank you guys so much.